Hello and welcome to this week's review show at Alakazam Magic. Now, as you can see, I'm sat on this side and I'm here by myself, but it has been, I know we say it all the time, it's been so busy at Alakazam, the shop's manic, the printing's manic, that we have to kind of come out one at a time to get things done. So, I'm going to be talking a little bit about, obviously, some form on this platform we're going to be speaking about. Andy's going to be talking about another part, and then Dad's going to be talking about another part. So, what are we talking about? Alakazam Unlimited. So, just if you are not aware of Alakazam Unlimited, Alakazam Unlimited is a streaming platform that we, alongside Jamie Dawes, and obviously all the guys at Alakazam, put together because we felt it was missing in the Magic community. A place where you can go and constantly learn new routines, improve maybe your presenting skills, and sort of add skills to your repertoire, whether that be card sleight, Rubik's Cube solving, even face painting, we've got a course on there. But Unlimited is more than just a streaming platform. There's a forum on there, there's places to interact. It really allows you to learn new stuff every single week. Now, if you join right now, there's over 300 routines on there, over 300 videos on the platform, and there's routines that cover all genres. And because this is a review show special, you're going to see that throughout the review show today, just how much there is on there. But I'm focusing on the Studio Live aspect of Unlimited. Studio Live on Unlimited is a sort of mini live lecture that streams directly into your Unlimited account. It lasts around about an hour and a half, and because it's live, you guys have the ability to ask any questions to the performer, to us whilst we're live. If you want to see something again, if you maybe have a question on, could you do it like this, could you do it like that, even offer your own ideas, that can all be added on the Studio Live chat box underneath the video. Now, these happen every so often, and they are so well sort of received, it's crazy. We also have exclusive Unlimited lectures, which you can even see them. They're pre-recorded lectures on there, and we've got Leo Schmetz's is one on there. So even that, there's so much exclusive content for you Unlimited members. But the Studio Live lecture section. This is my personal favourite because we really make an event of it. The magician, whoever it be, whether it be Simon Lipkin, Daniel Chard, Adam Dadswell, comes down to the studio. We are live for about, like I said, an hour and a half in your account, and they go through so much magic, and it is chock full of goodies. Now, I've picked one of my favourite routines from each, and we're going to take a look at them in just a moment. But remember, all the routines you see on this review show are taught on Unlimited. There's no additional cost, there's no additional fee to join us live or anything like that. Every single thing you see on this review show is included in the £4.99 per month subscription. And remember, you can cancel that at any time as well. So you're not even logged in or locked in for a year, 6 months, a month, anything like that. Well, a month it is, but it's monthly rolling. The first one I'm going to talk about is one from Simon Lipkin's Studio Live. This is one of my favourites. It was chock full of commercial, simple in method, but just so clever mentalism. Now, this one is holiday plans. So let's take a look at a performance.
I've only got £5 left of my change from my shopping spree. What can I buy with that?
Okay, so you got a fiver, yeah? How about a cool mind reading trick? Does that sound good?
Oh, yeah.
All right, for £5, I'll see what I can do. Now, I don't know about you, I love going on holiday, right?
Oh, I do.
But I can never decide where to go. So I write down different places and different activities. Now, we don't actually need this right now, so we'll get rid of that just for the time being. Now, look, we got 3 what to do's and we got 3 where to go. So I tell you what, take a hold of the envelopes, keep them that way up, and just give them a mix on the table for me. Give them a little mix up. Oh, don't need this right now. Lovely. So there are where to goes.
Yep. Mixed
Fantastic.
up.
Yep, lovely. And now the what to do's, give them a mix as well. Keep them that way up as well. Perfect. There you go. Now, in the exact order that you mix them up, I'm going to place the what to do's into the where to goes. Okay. So look, you can see there's nothing else inside the envelope.
Yep.
Just your what to do. Okay. So that goes inside there. Then we got the next one. Again, nothing else inside the envelope. That's going to go into there. And the last one is going to go into there. Perfect. Now, you can now give these envelopes a mix up as well. Remember, you're doing everything. Remember that. Fantastic. Now, we're going to go on holiday, not together, but you're going to choose a destination. You're going to give me a destination, and we're going to get rid of one. So which do you want to do first? You, me, or get rid of it? It's up to you.
I'll go here.
You want to go there? Okay, yeah, you can go there. Where do you want me to go?
You can go there.
You want me to go here? Okie dokes. And then what? Get rid of this one?
Yeah, don't want to go there.
You sure?
Yeah.
Do you want to swap any of them now?
Nope.
Okay, perfect. Right. So let me have a look. Actually, before we go inside there, let's see where you're going. Right. You are gonna go to New York.
Oh yes.
Not bad. I'm going to Paris.
Oh.
Lovely. And we're not going Egypt.
Oh. Okay.
But remember, you chose the what to do's as well, right? You mixed up the envelopes and chose the what to do's. Now we put what to do in this one. Let me grab it out right here. In New York, somehow we got to go and see the Statue of Liberty in New York. How cool is that? Now the Paris one, check this out. Look, into Paris, you put. Make sure you visit the Eiffel Tower. How insane is that? And Egypt, the one we're not going, check this out. Of course, remember, you could have put them in any order you liked. In Egypt, it says, do not miss out on the pyramids.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
That's amazing.
It's wicked, isn't it? Now, do you remember that little bit of paper I had it from the start? Let me grab it out. Let me grab it out right here. Because, check this out. I wrote a prediction before we started. Watch. Remember, you made all these choices, right?
Yep.
Check this out. Blows me away. It actually says, look, I can't wait to head to France and see Paris. Now, you shuffled it and you gave me Paris. Remember
I did.
that? I'm sure you'll have an amazing time in New York. You went to New York. Look, New York and going to see the Statue of Liberty. That's what you chose. And it's a real shame nobody's going to Egypt. The place you didn't want anyone to go to was Egypt. How cool is that?
Wow.
Happy travels. There you go. So that was Holiday Plans, I believe it was called. And that was on Simon Lipkin's first Studio Live. Now, like I said, the Studio Lives are so much fun. And this routine was incredible. It's super simple to do. It plays huge. It's really personal and you can customize it to however you like. Now, the method Simon has for this is genius. It really just feels like an organic mentalism piece. Now, there's obviously no electronics or anything like that. And I kind of like that with some routines because they are just surefire. They just use some materials. They're just very well thought out and they're super duper clever. So who is this good for? This is great for any level of magic. Whether you're a beginner or a professional, you're going to get something out of this routine. It's super easy to do. It's multi-phased. It can work close up. It can work sort of mix and mingle almost. It can even work parlor or stage. Just simply upscale the props. Now, what I love about this is, as the magician, there's not really much work you have to do, but the payoff and the hits are incredible. There's so many hits. It feels so free, so fair, but like I said, from the magician's point of view, you don't really do anything. So, highly recommend the Holiday Plans routine from Simon Lipkin's Studio Live. Now, the next routine I'm going to talk about is one from the Dadswell Studio Live. Now, I absolutely love this routine and it blew my mind. I did not expect the outcome, didn't see it coming, and I don't want to talk any more about it until you've seen it. So let's look at a performance of, I think it's called Pick Me. Right, we are going to play a game. Okay. Emma, do you like games?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay, I love games. The thing I hate is cheats, people that bend the rules.
Oh.
All right, exactly. So I'm going to try, well, I am going to tell you the exact rules of the game before we begin. That way it's fair. Okay. Yep. Now, 3 envelopes here. Yep. We need a start point.
Okay.
Okay. So, which envelope should we start with? 1, 2, or 3, or 1, 2, or 3?
3.
This one here.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to start with this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we're going to count along a number. Okay. So you're going to say any number. We're then going to count along that many envelopes, going back and forth until we end on 1. That's the chosen one. The other 2 we're destroying. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. But they all look the same on this side. But the game relies on influence. You see. If I turn over the envelopes, you can see they all have something on them. We have got Pick Me, we have got a cross, and we have got Start Here. So, where would you like to start? On Start Here, the cross, or Pick Me?
The cross.
You want to start on the cross, okay. And then you're going to name your number. What's your number?
5.
Your number's 5,
yeah.
Okay. So we're starting here?
Yep.
Okay, so, and do you want to go this way first, so we go along there, or do we go this way first?
This way first.
This way first. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
We end with the cross. Now, the rules of the game were, the one we end on, we keep, the other 2 we destroy, right?
Right.
Take a hold of them. You're going to screw them up in your hands. Go. Screw them up. Squeeze. Screw, 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 screw.
All right.
Happy?
Yeah.
That was fair. You won the game. Congratulations. I know what you're thinking. How have we won? You see, you screwed up those envelopes. You made every decision. Could have been a very different outcome had you chose a different number. Because check this out. If we turn over the envelope, inside here, you see, is, watch. A razor blade.
Whoa!
There we are. And that is
could
razor.
Have been like...
It's all to do with influence, you see. If you watch it back, you may hear me influence your choice. So there you go. How much fun is that? Now again, same as Simon's routine, this is just so simple. The method is genius and it's surefire. Now, especially with a routine like this where there's a little bit of danger involved, you want it to be surefire. And this is, you know, you're in complete control the whole time. It's absolutely superb. Now, I love this style of effect, but you may not like this style of effect. The great thing with this sort of routine and a lot of the stuff covered on Unlimited is it's fully customizable. It's the same with Simon's Studio Live, the holiday plans one. You don't have to have destinations and stuff to do in there. You can change it up. It's the same with this one. You don't have to have a blade in there. You can have money in there, have it as a bank night or anything in there. You know, you can have whatever you like. But I love the razor blade in there. I think it's fantastic and no one sees it coming. And even just pouring it out in a glass at the end, hearing it ting just really sort of makes your skin crawl. It's brilliant. Now, like I said, that routine is fully taught on Unlimited. It's good, again, for anyone in Magic. Obviously, if you like that style of routine, then it's maybe more aimed towards you. But the method is genius. There's no sleight of hand. There's no weird movements or manipulations behind the envelopes. And it's so free and fair. So everything's fully examinable as well. So it's great for if you've got that really sort of hands-on spectator or that spectator that really questions everything. This is great for them. It's great for parlour, it's great for stage, it's great for walk around, mix and mingle, anything. And a routine like this, when you do it, to be fair, tables, it'd be perfect for tables. Because it's up at eye level, they get a free choice, you could go along and you just pour it into a glass at the end and obviously you want to take it back, of course, the blade, but then you put it in another envelope and you're instantly reset, ready to go. You can leave them envelopes on the table, put in another one in your pocket, good to go again. So, perfect for any environment, any skill level again, and that I think is called Pick Me from the Dadswell Studio Live lecture. The last one we're going to be talking about is from Chard's Studio Live lecture. And remember, this is exclusive content to Alakazam Unlimited, so you can't learn them anywhere else. This is a lie detector from Chard, and the lie detector plot always fascinates me because it's so clever. It's one of the ones where you don't really know how it works, but it does, so you just go along with it. But let's take a look at this one.
I've got £5 and I want a trick that's to do with like being able to tell if someone's lying.
Tell if someone's lying. Okay, now we're going to try this one right here. It's actually one of my favourites. It's a lie detector but built into a deck of cards.
Okay.
Right, let me explain what I mean. So it uses any deck. There's going to be a borrowed deck of cards.
Okay.
There are no two cards the same. And in actual fact, you're actually going to choose any playing card.
Okay.
So I'm even going to do it like this, so it's absolutely free and fair. So you know I'm not forcing you.
I'm going to have that one.
You happy?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Now, remember that card?
Yep.
Place it back. And we're going to lose it in the deck, right? I'll give him a few cuts like this. Perfect. And even a little shuffle shuffle. Like that. Now, I'm notoriously bad at telling if someone's lying. However, the cards are great. The cards are fantastic, all right? So, I'm going to lay some cards out and we're going to play a game, all right? Truefalse. Your answers are either going to be true or false.
Okay.
Or you can mix up the pair. You can lie or tell the truth sort of on one bit, then the next bit you can lie, then tell the truth. It's up to you.
Okay.
But I'm going to ask you questions. You're going to just deal down to the table your answer. Okay, so for example, I'll say what was the value of the card. You'll put A, C, E, and then put the rest of the cards on top.
Okay,
All
got
right?
you.
Perfect. So take hold of the cards.
Yep.
Again, the value of your card. You can lie or tell the truth. What was it?
It was a 3.
A 3. Okay. T, H, R, E, E. Perfect. Rest of the cards on top.
Yep.
Now, it's a 3 of something. So it can be of, or it can be faux. It's up to you.
Let's go
Of or
faux.
Faux,
Let's go faux.
Yeah, F, O. Perfect. Rest of the cards on top.
Yeah.
Now the suit. Remember, you can lie or tell the truth. Clubs, hearts, spades, or diamonds.
It was a clubs.
It was clubs.
Yep.
Okay. C, L, U, B, S. Rest of the cards on top. Now, here's the bit. You can even lie or tell the truth on this. All right? It will not matter. Were your answers true, or were you telling porkies? Were they false?
They were all true.
They're all true.
Yep.
Okay, T-R-U-E. Now it brings us to this playing card right here.
Yep.
Now you can tell me the truth now, honestly, because the trick is over. Were you lying or telling the truth or a mixture?
I was lying.
You lied?
Yeah.
Okay, now I couldn't work out that. You've got a great poker face. But, like I said, the cards never get it wrong. Was this your favourite card by any chance?
It was.
It was?
Yeah.
Was it the 2 of hearts?
It was, yeah.
Get out of here. Now, here's the thing. Look, all the cards are completely different. Like I said, that is a 2 of diamonds, just to clarify, right? All the cards are different. It works with any deck of cards. You can borrow a deck, and it'll work every time. Self-working. So it's a super-duper fun routine using just a small packet of cards. And again, everything at the end is fully examinable. You know, there's no sort of funny moves going on. It's just one of those really clever methods. Now, like I said, Daniel Chard's Studio Live was chock full of awesome card magic and awesome material. So if you love card tricks and you want to learn some really commercial, hard-hitting ones, definitely check out this Studio Live lecture. This is great, again, for anyone in Magic. You know, if you're an absolute beginner, if you're a working professional, the stuff, not only on the Studio Live section, but on Unlimited as a whole, is aimed at everyone. You know, of course there's going to be some routines on there, maybe from Bernal, Michael Vincent, that are maybe a bit more Sleight heavy, but there's no reason why you can't sit down, practice and learn it. You know, check out the Sleight school whilst you're there. But this routine, like I said, is good for any skill level in Magic. It's good for any environment as well. Maybe not stage, but parlour definitely, tables definitely, close-up definitely, and impromptu 100%. Just take out the relevant cards that you need and get straight into the routine. So that was the lie detector from Daniel Chard's Studio Live. Now, of course, it's important to know that the Studio Live lectures are filmed live. However, they are fully recorded and uploaded onto the platform. So whenever we have a live event, don't feel like you're missing out if you can't join us live. Even though it is good to ask questions, of course. If you can join us, it's fantastic. But it is fully recorded and uploaded onto the platform. So if you do miss a live date or you just were double booked, not to worry, you can catch up on it at any time, at any point on the Unlimited platform. Cheers, guys.
So I'm here this week on the review show to tell you a little bit more about Unlimited. I love all of the stuff that's on Unlimited. There are some great routines and effects that are on there by lots of different creators. But really my focus here today is to talk about the card section. The magicians on there that are sharing the card magic with you. And we really do have some great creators. We have people like Bernal, we have people like Think, we have people like Tom Rose, and loads of other great magicians that are on there sharing great workable card magic with you. So there are some choice select picks that I have picked out today for you, and I just wanted to share them with you now. So one of my favourite routines ever, since I first learnt it, is a routine called Estimation Aces. This is a routine that Paul Gordon came up with many years ago. The first time I was aware of it was in a book called Nocturnal Creations, which was chock full of, you know, great workable card magic. I'm not sure that you can get it anymore, but if you can get hold of a copy, then get yourself a copy of it. Estimation Aces was one of the routines that was a real standout for me. And for good reason as well. It really does make you look like you can handle a deck of cards, that you can truly cut to aces that are apparently lost in a deck, a shuffle deck. Now, for those of you that know anything about card magic, there are plenty of places that you can learn how to do that. Some are easier than others. I guarantee that this one routine will give anybody that is watching it the impression that you can do some hardcore sleight of hand card cheating, and it is a really easy method as well. Something that honestly, after just a couple of minutes of watching the video and learning the very basics of the routine, you will be able to perform. And trust me, when you perform it the first time as well, you're going to really surprise yourself. I have literally performed this thousands of times since I learned it. One of the good things about learning it from Unlimited is that you actually get to see Paul perform it. Now, I've had the pleasure of watching Paul perform this live a couple of times, and you will get to see him perform it live in this instance, so you will truly see the reaction that it can garner from people. And then you go out and try it, and you will see the reaction that it elicits from people. It is a fabulous routine, and remember, very easy to do. The best thing as well, if you can get a half decent deck, So you don't really even have to be using your own. If you can get a half decent deck, you know, not one that is really majorly dog-eared, then you will be able to do this routine as long as it's got the 4 aces in it, and then you can get that and it's a decent deck. So check that beforehand, then you'll be able to do this routine. Now, you would think that this type of routine is only really for people that are hobbyists, because it gives that kind of impression. But I'm telling you, this is a worker, all right? So this is the sort of routine that would be ideal for really anybody that's interested in magic, anybody that's interested in card magic, but don't overlook it just because of what it is, because it takes up very little space on the table. I've even performed it cutting on someone's hands before. It involves plenty of involvement. You can tailor it as you see fit. You don't have to finish the routine as Paul finishes it. You can get the spectator involved with that. So really, although it's for everyone, I would say that it would certainly be something that I would quite happily and do perform when I'm out performing for lay people, you know, at weddings and parties, etc. So that is Estimation Aces. It's by Paul Gordon, and you can check that out on Unlimited. So this next item is by my good friend Michael Vincent. I've had the pleasure in the time that I have worked for Alakazam to be present at a lot of the filming for the DVDs for Michael Vincent's releases, for the I think 5 DVD set now that he released with us over the years, and hosting a few of his academies. And he never fails to amaze me. He is possibly one of my favourite magicians, certainly one of my favourite UK magicians, if not my favourite general magician. And we all know that whatever Mike touches is pure gold. You know, it's pure gold. He has that touch, that elegancy about him that just makes everything that he does a joy to watch. This particular routine, which is Intuitive Speller, formed part of a routine that he performed Eastwell Manor in front of quite a large group of people for, I believe, his first DVD, which is the Classic Magic of Michael Vincent. Now, this particular routine is a good example of magic that is structured, but at the same time allows you a bit of flexibility as well. Now, once you see how this is done, right, you're going to understand what I mean by that, all right? But it allows you a little bit of play with what is happening. And I don't know, I think that sometimes when that happens during card magic, it gives the card magic that is being witnessed that a different kind of air. If you watch it, like I said, you're going to see exactly what I mean. Very, very simple method. Very simple method, but a method that is well disguised, that actually is great for that sort of effect. So in other words, what I mean by that is, you know, the effect is accomplished by simple means, but the impact behind it is not diminished, all right? Again, you know, I think that as magicians, we tend to think that the more complicated the method, the more amazing or impactful the effect is going to be. But I think, you know, anybody that's been in magic even a short amount of time will understand the fact that actually simple methods quite often get as much of a big effect as complicated methods or, you know, high-tech gadgetry. So although this is a simple method, it has a very, very strong effect by it. I believe that, I mean, I would have to look at the video again, but you know, when Mike does it, you can just almost feel the audience reacting to it. I mean, they do react because obviously they applaud, but what I mean also is that, and I certainly remember this as part of the night, maybe it's because it's Michael Vincent performing, but you get that sort of, everything that Michael sort of says, you're hanging on. And when you see this effect, you can almost cut the air with a knife, all right? Because it's just really strong. So Intuitive Speller, for me, I think this would be a routine that I would use as Mike used it in Parlour. I think it works really well in Parlour. You could do it close up. There's no reason why you couldn't do it close up. I think the strength of it lies in Parlour, because nothing seems to happen, right? Nothing seems to happen with it. And you get this strong effect. So I think ideal for a bigger group, let's say a bigger group. So not necessarily Parlour, but a bigger group of people. And yeah, again, I think this would be ideal for anybody, but probably if you're in a group where, you know, or you're at a function where you're performing to a slightly larger group for whatever reason, then this would be ideal for that. So that is Intuitive Speller. It's by Michael Vincent, and another gem to check out on Unlimited. So finally, one last one that I want to talk about on Unlimited is by my good friend Steve Reynolds. I have been a fan of Steve Reynolds for years, and Steve has done a couple of academies with us. On Unlimited, there is a segment from his academy called the Rogue Shuffle, and it's an absolute powerhouse of what looks like expert sleight of hand. So before I talk any more about it, let's take a look at a video of me performing it. Emma.
Yes.
I have here a deck of cards. As you know, I absolutely love like card tricks.
Yep.
Right. One other thing that I love is I love like cheating at cards, right? So I think that I've kind of got it down pat now, right? But that's not through lots of rehearsal, right? So I thought I would share with you exactly how I practice.
Okay.
Okay. This is a full deck of cards, and there are no other cards left in here, as you can see. All right. We will come back to. We'll come back to that in just a second. So obviously the cards have to be shuffled first. So we'll give these a shuffle up like so, and we will also give them a cut. Now, just as a little bit of a target and something for me to aim for, we're going to leave this just here. This is like a mystery card, all right? We'll come back to that in just a second. What we also need is we need sort of like a, I did say a target card. So I'll tell you what, we will use the 7. All right, so that's going to be our target card. All right.
Right.
What I need you to do is I need you to just cut off a packet of cards. So I don't know, about a third of the deck maybe, and just place it just there.
Probably not a third.
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah, no, we can work with that. Now, I did say that I practice quite a bit to learn how to cheat, right? And the way I practice is, or the way that we're going to do this is I'm going to try and find the other 7s, but I'm going to try and find them using what's known as false deal. Okay, and I'll show you what I mean. What that basically means is where you cut from, I would deal some cards from the bottom like this, yeah?
Yeah.
And then I would practice, so that's a bottom deal, right? And then I would practice the second deal. So a second deal looks like this, right? So this is it slowed down. So obviously I'm taking the second card here, right?
Yeah.
I'll speed up just a little bit. Hopefully you won't be able to see this. In fact, look, if I slow down, you should see the second card coming out, right? You can see the second card coming out. But obviously if I was to speed up, then what you shouldn't do is you shouldn't be able to see that happening.
Right.
Right, but if I've done that correctly, what I should now have done is that I should now have cut to, oh look, I mean deal to a 7. All right, so that's the first 7. Let's see how well I did. Hopefully I've done this yet, so that's another 7. If I've done this correctly, then this should be yet another 7. So that is the other 7s. But that's not the only thing you practice. Obviously, that's the false deals. What you can also do is something called hand mucking. And what that means is it means switching cards. Did you just see that? Me switch the cards?
No.
No. Well, that's because I did it, right? And if I've done that correctly, what I should have done is I should have just actually switched those in for some other cards, right? I'll tell you what, the question is, where are the 7s? So let's just cut there, there, and there. And let's see how well we did. That's a 7, that's a 7. That's a 7. Do you remember how you cut off a packet earlier on? Turn over the cutter for me. See where you cut to. Yeah, you cut to a 7 as well. But, you know, 7s and kings, that's all very good. But do you know what the highest cards in a deck of cards are?
Ace.
Ace, yeah. And at the very beginning, I put a card here, which happened to be the Ace of Hearts. And we did really well because this is the Ace of Spades.
No
this is the Ace of
way.
Diamonds. And this is the Ace of Clubs. So that's one way that you can cheat at cards, or several ways that you can cheat at cards. So I'll tell you what, £1,000 buy-in. Let's go and have a game, yeah?
No.
No, okay, we won't. So that was me performing Steve Reynolds' Rogue Shuffle directly from Unlimited. So like I said, it appeared on his Academy, but this is a segment that is from that and appears on Unlimited, so you can learn this on there. It's a fabulous routine. It really is a fabulous routine. And one of the things I like about it is the fact that although Steve is more than capable of doing complicated sleight of hand, he favours subtlety over sleight. So that means that you get all of the look of a powerhouse sleight of hand demonstration, but with very, very little work. In fact, you only have to do a very, very basic piece of sleight of hand in this, which I'm not going to name here, but it's a very basic piece of sleight of hand that any magician should know, and you will be able to do this routine because it's all about the structure, it's all about the subtlety, and it's all about audience management, and that's what makes Steve's work so great, really. It is very easy to do. It's not the sort of thing that I would recommend performing a close-up gig. If you were booked to do a wedding, I wouldn't recommend it for that. It's certainly within the realms of anybody that's into magic, so it doesn't matter your skill level, because you will be able to do this routine. But it isn't the sort of thing that I would perform at a wedding. However, if I had the opportunity to sit down with a group of people and they wanted something a little bit more formal, allows me to sit down with them at a table, maybe grab a close-up mat from my car and give them a bit more of a sort of like a formal performance, then this would certainly be a routine that I would choose for that. And the best thing about it is that, again, you could get a deck of cards from anywhere if you're out with your mates and you want to perform this routine, as long as it has all the required cards, i.e. 3 sets of 4 of a kind, then you would be able to do this routine with any deck, really. So that is the Rogue Shuffle. That is by Steve Reynolds. It's one of my favourite routines on there. If you check it out on Unlimited, and also whilst I'm at it, check it out on the Academy as well, on Steve's Academy, along with some other great stuff. That is the one routine that, yeah, I think go check it out because you will absolutely love it.
So it's my job to talk to you about Unlimited Originals. So originals are things that you can only get on the platform. And originals aren't just necessarily the tricks, but we've also got courses, we've also got the Studio Lives, which Harry has already spoken to you about, and we also have the Unlimited Lectures. Coming up in the future, we've also got some more Unlimited exclusive content, which are going to go into some of the other subcategories, but we're not going to tell you about them just yet. Because like Harry said, this is an ever-evolving platform. This is going to grow and expand and become something even more amazing. But I'm going to highlight 3 of my favourite Unlimited originals, starting with Adam Dadswell's Remembering 3. So Adam Dadswell's Remembering 3 is an incredible routine where 3 people think of 3 cards. Now, if you think that this has a lot of memory work and maybe a lot of sleight of hand, one of the amazing things about Adam Dadswell is he's great at routining things using very simplistic methods, but very, very clever methods. He's so good at structuring and routining things to get the most out of it, but executing the least, so that you can just concentrate on your presentation. And I remember the day we filmed these in London in a small intimate theatre. We invited some of the Alakazam customers down there as well. And when we were sat there watching these effects, not just this, there is another one on Unlimited called Synchronicity, which is just a phenomenal trick. But as these tricks were playing out, all of us in the audience were absolutely dumbfounded, and Remembering 3 was my favourite. Now, I filmed a little performance of this earlier on with the guys next door in the shop, so let's have a look at that now. So I'm going to read their mind. So here's what you're going to do for the first time today. You're all going to take out a card, all right? And then you're going to remember your card, all right? That's all we're going to do, but we're going to do it in a super fair way. So Ez, you're going to say stop for me.
Stop.
Just there, perfect. Emma?
Stop.
Ooh, quite equal piles. Andy, you just get the last pile there. No choice, you'll get a choice in a minute. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut the cards wherever you want. Look at the card that you have cut to, place it on this pile, and then complete the cut. All right? So Andy will help you, all right? So I'm going to look away, so just copy what Andy does.
So you're going to cut somewhere?
Yep.
Yeah, have a look at this card. Yeah, show the camera. Yeah, and then put it on the pile in front. And then take all of these and drop it on top. All right?
All good?
Yeah, all cool.
In fact, Emma, can you gather them up in any way that you want? Put all of the piles together.
Oh, yeah.
And any way that you want them.
Yeah.
All good? And then, Andy, do you want to cut and complete them?
Yep.
All right, cool. Do you want to, Emma, do you want to do it one more time?
No?
Sure.
Yeah?
All right. So my job is to try and remember the order of these cards. Okay, so you're going to have to give me a second.
I don't know why I'm looking like I'm going to remember.
Someone's left the jokers in as well, so that's 54 cards just to throw me off. That's going to be Harry, that is. All right. All right, I think I've got this. So here's what you're both going to do. You're going to take your cards out, wherever they are, and swap the positions. So for example, if you took the 5 of diamonds and the 2 of clubs, you're going to swap the positions of those cards, but make sure they stay in that position.
Okay.
Because my job is to work out which 2 are not within the sequence that I've memorised, and then hopefully I can work out what your cards are. Does that make sense? I'm going to look the other way so that you know I'm not cheating. So take your cards out, swap the positions of those 2 cards. Let me know when you've done that. And then hopefully those 2 cards being out of the sequence, if I've remembered it right, will then help me determine which those 2 cards are.
Yeah.
All done. Now, in case I can see within the spread where those have been moved, make sure they're gathered into one pile and placed in the middle.
Yep, done.
All good? Right, so my job now is to try and work out which 2 cards are out of sequence. In fact, I'm going to commit to this. So I'm going to take something going on there. And then... Right, I'm going to go for these. So what were your cards? So, Ez, what was your card?
9 of hearts.
9 of hearts and?
5 of spades.
Let's have a look. We've got the 9 of hearts and the 5 of spades. Good, thank God for that. Right. Now, some people think, though, that maybe I'm not doing this for real. Maybe I'm doing something dodgy, right? So we've still got yours to get. Mm-hmm. So my job now is to work out what position your card lies in when you tell me. So you're going to tell me your card, I'm going to tell you a number. Hopefully it's going to be in there. Bearing in mind we have just removed 2. So now I need to take that into consideration as well, all right? So for the first time, what was your card?
7 of clubs.
7 of clubs is 6 cards down. And I think it's next to the 3 of spades. So it's 3 of spades and then your card. So 6 cards. So take the cards. I don't want to touch them in case you think I'm doing something dodgy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop for a second. So that should be the 3 of spades if I remember this right. Great. And then your card was?
7 of clubs.
Have a look.
And
the 7 of clubs.
Yeah, well done.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, great.
First take as well. How did that? That was amazing.
Remarkable.
That was great.
Brilliant.
Now, like I said, there is very minimal memory work with this. In fact, there is no real memory work. You're not having to remember where things are. You're not having to remember the order of anything. It's all done in the procedure at the very beginning. It's super, super smart. Now, this is just one of the ones that Adam Dadswell gave us. Like I said, synchronicity is a phenomenal trick. I think there was called This and That as well, which is another great trick. And of course, we do have his studio live as well. Now, who is Remembering 3 good for? I would say this is great for anyone that wants to do sort of a parlor set. This could work on stage as well because you can have the people dotted around you. But also, if you're doing a close-up event and people ask you to do something a bit special, or you have a bit of time at the end of the evening to sit down with people, this is a really good display of skill and memory, and it looks so, so real. In terms of who is this good for, anyone. This is a beginner-friendly trick. The only thing that you have to do is something at the very beginning. But other than that, everything else is completely hands-off. And the thing at the beginning is within the realms of a beginner. So you'll be absolutely fine. So that is Remembering 3 by Adam Dadswell. The second trick is the video that we've actually had most views on. So every single day that I log onto Alakazam Unlimited, I do have to go onto it every day and maintain it and make sure it's up to date and that everything's working fine. But part of that process is updating the top 10. So if you scroll down on the homepage, you'll see the top 10. That is a legitimate top 10 of the most viewed videos. Sometimes they jump around and some videos come on that are completely surprising, which is really interesting. But a lot of the time, the same videos keep coming up. For example, Simon Lipkin's Studio Lives are always within the top 10. As soon as they go out, they're straight back in again. But one video in particular, which is Peter Nardi's Cyclone. Now, if you haven't seen this, I'll put a video in for you now.
First things first, we've got 2 decks of cards. We've got a red and a blue. You're going to make a very important decision, and that is one of these decks has to be a target deck. Right. Whichever deck you choose, the red or the blue, that's the one that will be the target deck, and the choice is yours. So make that decision now.
I'll go with the red one.
The red one?
Yep.
Okay, thanks. So before we go any further, I do want to show everyone it is just a regular shuffled deck of cards. And in fact, just so you're not taking my word for it, we will actually give them a shuffle up. Yep?
Yep.
Like this. Okay, so your job is very, very simple. You're going to take the cards and you're going to cut them into, let's say, 4 or 5 piles, pretty even piles. And you're going to take the top card from each pile. Now, at this point, it's up to you. You can give these a shuffle, or you can just look at them. But you're going to remember the highest card. Now, if you do get a joker, you shouldn't do, because they should both be out of there now. You'll just take another card.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Do you want aces to be high or low?
Low. 'Cause they're
Low.
ones, yeah.
Okay, so if you get an ace in there, that will be the lowest card.
Yeah.
The other point is, the highest card in here is...
The jack.
The jack. So if there were 2 jacks in here and they were the highest card, you choose which one to remember. Okay. I only want you remembering 1 card. Now, once you've got the highest card in your mind, you can give these another shuffle if you want. You're going to put them on any pile, and then you're going to pile the cards up so your cards are somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, to make this even fairer, I'm going to turn my back.
Okay.
So tell me when you're done. Cut 4 or 5 piles, or even 3 piles. It's entirely up to you.
I'm going to try and make them even.
Pretty even. They don't have to be dead on.
Okay, and then take the top cards of each one.
Take the top card of each one, give them a shuffle. You said aces were low, so if you've got an ace in your hand, that's the lowest card.
Okay.
Give them a shuffle up, have a look through, and remember, if there's 2 cards and they're the same, you choose which one to go for.
I've got one.
Yeah, you got one?
Yeah.
Okay, give the cards another mix. Put them on any pile you want.
Yep.
And now pile them all on top of each other. So your card is somewhere in that deck. I don't know where it is. You don't know where it is. In fact, pick that deck up and give it a shuffle. Okay, I can turn around now, yeah?
Yeah, done.
Okay.
Buried in the middle.
Okay, so here's the thing. Your card is now in there somewhere. You don't know what it is. I've obviously got no clue what it was. But if I was to look through that deck and find your card now, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Even as a magician, that's pretty impressive. But I'm not going to find your card in this deck. I'm going to find your card in the other deck.
Right, okay.
But not only that, I'm going to find your card without actually looking through that other deck.
Right, okay.
Let me show you what I mean. We'll put these away. Let's get the blue deck out. Like so. And before we start, as always, the cards do have to be shuffled. Yep.
Yep.
Scooch them together.
Like this?
Yeah,
Nice.
let's make sure they're all nicely.
They're definitely shuffled together.
Yeah, I'm going to do it again as well. 1 shuffle's never enough. 2 shuffle Pete.
2 shuffle Pete.
2 shuffle Pete, they call me. Right, there we go.
That genuinely are shuffled there, that's nice.
Yep.
Yep.
Happy?
But I'm very happy with that.
Okay, now I can tell you, just by picking this up, there are more than 52 cards. So for me to be able to do this effect, I need to get rid of the jokers.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first joker, and I will say to you as well, because we're showing magicians this isn't my layperson patter, but there's no crimps or anything there.
No.
Yep.
No. And even if there was, you don't know what card I picked anyway. So
Okay, perfect. Okay, so here's the thing. First thing to do is get rid of the jokers. The first one should be just about there, if I'm not mistaken. Now, so that's joker number 1. And I'll tell you what, I'm even going to give them another shuffle. Scooch them together. Now we're going to try for the impossible. Okay? I found one of the jokers. You're going to find a joker.
right, okay.
Yeah? So all I want you to do is give me any number you like from 1 to 52.
Let's go for 12.
12. Sure?
Yep.
Okay, watch carefully. Keep me fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, do you want the 11th card, do you want the 13th card, or are you going to stick with the 12th?
No, I'll stick with the 12th.
Take it, turn it over, show everyone a joker. Now, see, you're pretty good at this.
Okay, I don't know what's going on here.
But remember, this is all about finding your card. But there is one rule to find your card. We do have to get rid of the jokers, like I said. So we'll get rid of those. There's a few more there. In fact, look, if we just cut these, there will be a few more jokers. We'll give these a shuffle. We should see there's a few there. We'll even give these a shuffle. There's a few jokers. There's a few jokers. And there's a few more, leaving just one card. Now, here's the thing. All we have is all these jokers and this one playing card. You shuffled the deck, you cut the deck, you thought of any card, you put it back in the deck, you gave them a shuffle, and this card's only in your mind. What was the name of your card?
King of Spades.
King of Spades? Turn it over, show the camera. What we got? The King of Spades.
I have no idea what just happened.
I've got no idea how you did that. High five.
So that is Cyclone. And I remember when Pete first showed us this, it was just behind me, we have the other part of the studio that we're in now, and he absolutely blew everyone away. We were so dumbfounded by this piece of magic. The system is so clever. The premise is great, and no wonder this is always jumping in the top 10. It is the most viewed video on Unlimited. Now, in terms of who is this effect good for, literally anyone. This is a beginner-friendly trick. This is great for close-up. This is great for parlor. Like I said before, if you want a really interesting standout piece, this is going to do it. It's also a magician fooler. The amount of magicians that we have who just do not understand how this works, and when they see the method, they absolutely love it. And where is this good for? Parlor, stage, you know, anywhere really where you want to do this. You can do this on stage. You can make this a really big thing by handing the second deck to someone else in the audience to hold on to, and then you can go into the performance. It really is a fantastic trick, and it's well worth you checking out if you're an Unlimited member. Now, the last thing that I'm going to talk about is not really a trick per se, but I'm going to very quickly talk to you about the courses. So the courses are something that we are growing and we are building on. And just yesterday, in fact, I spoke to 2 more people about future courses, which are going to be incredible. So courses are essentially a topic which is broken down into bite-sized chunks. Our first ever one was by Simon Lipkin. Now, if you're not aware of who Simon Lipkin is, not only is he an incredible mentalist and a great thinker in the world of mentalism, but he's also a fantastic, in fact, incredible actor. And I was very fortunate enough to see him when I was in my teens in one of my favourite musicals called Avenue Q. And now he is in the West End as Fagin in Oliver to rave reviews, because he is an absolute powerhouse in that show. If you haven't gone to see it, do go and see it. It's incredible. But in his course, he breaks down acting for magicians. So things that we can do to make our performance even better. Now, another one of our courses is Wayne Goodman with sponge balls. Sponge balls are something that everyone loves. On our podcast, there's Island Tricks. All the time, sponge balls, thumb tips, all of these classics come up, but they're classics for a reason. And Wayne does an incredible job at breaking down the different processes and the different ideas with sponge balls. We've also got the face painting course, which is on at the moment. We thought that sometimes magicians may want a different skill. They may want to learn a different thing that they can upsell at their gigs. And sometimes just after the winter months, like January, February, when sometimes it can be a bit quieter, this can be another thing that they can go out into their gigs and use. It's a great course made by Pixie, who is a makeup artist and special effects artist for TV, film and theatre. We've also got the Rubik's Cube course, which was very kindly given to us by Collin, Claus and Kev G. And this is literally a breakdown of how to solve the cube in the simplest, smartest, slickest way. If you've never thought that you could solve a Rubik's Cube, I'm telling you now, you will absolutely be able to from this course. And because they are super generous, they even gave us an additional trick and routine at the end. So as soon as you've mastered the Rubik's Cube, which you will, they also give you an incredible trick to look at as well. Now, these are just some of the courses. There are other courses on there. And of course, we have Sleight School. Sleight School is over 40 videos by our very own Andy Smith, who is a sleight of hand guru. And he breaks down all of these sleight of hand card moves from palming and shuffles and force cuts and force shuffles. Anything that you can think of, Andy has covered. And this is going to be something that is going to grow over the years. We're going to add more and more. Now, what that means for you is maybe you're reading a book and a move comes up and you're more of a visual thinker. Great. Log on to Unlimited, go to Sleight School, look for that sleight, and Andy will teach you not only one angle, it's multiple angles, and then he even just repeats the move over and over again so that you can see what it looks like. It really is an incredible resource for anyone who's either starting out in magic or perhaps they don't have the capacity like me to remember loads and loads of sleights. It's a great resource to keep going back to. Of course, Harry already spoke about our studio lives as well. Now, over a third of the platform is now original content. So that's either studio lives, our Sleight School, our unlimited lectures, and we've even got Daniel Chard's course coming up after the face painting course. So Daniel Chard has done a build your own card show course, which is absolutely phenomenal. He's coming back to do some more with Unlimited in the future as well, so stay tuned for that. So do stay tuned for all of these things. If you're an Unlimited member, have fun looking through all of these. We've got tons more incredible original content coming. And remember, if there's something that's not on Unlimited that you want to see, send us a message. We will do our very best to put it on there. But I'm going to send it over to Pete now, who's going to talk to you about mentalism.
So it's my turn. I was given the task by Jamie to pick 3 mentalism routines off Unlimited. Now, I'm going to say 2 of them are from a very good friend of mine and one of my favourite mentalists of all time, Andy Nyman, which I'll speak to you about in a moment. But the first one I'm going to speak to you about is an effect by Paul Stockman. Now, years ago, we released a DVD called Connected. Now, Paul, at the time, was a very, very successful and busy mentalist, doing a lot of corporate work and a lot of holiday parks. He had a very strong act, it was very well scripted, and it was fast paced. Now, the routine I chose to perform of his today was called the Hands Off Bank Night. Now, it's a great routine, it's super easy to do. I will say the best way of performing this routine is the way Paul Stockman performs it. That's with an audience and getting people in the audience to choose envelopes, and then that way they get to keep what's inside the envelope, and the person that's loaned you the money ends up with their envelope at the end. Now, the performance you're going to see me do, I've just done it on Emilio, so it feels slightly different. But Paul's version and the way he does it with the audience, I think it's great. You're getting multiple people involved. It's super simple to do. It's totally hands off, no funny moves, nothing riding behind the envelopes. It's so cool, and with a method that I believe is Bob Cassidy's, the core method to it, which is very clever, very subtle. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. This is the hands-off bank night. Emilio, you've got a chance of winning a £10 note off your uncle.
Yep.
Okay, very simple game. 5 envelopes, pick them up, give them a mix. I'm not going to look. And when you're happy they're mixed, lay them out on the table.
Okay. Right, lay them face down, yeah?
Yes, please. Tell me when you're done.
I am done.
Perfect. Now, each one of those envelopes should feel identical because they've all got a piece of paper in them.
Okay.
So, any one of those envelopes you like, take out the paper and hand it to me.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, take the £10 note, put it in that envelope for me.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, and now pick the envelopes up, give them a mix so you don't know which envelope contains the £10 note. And if you don't know, I couldn't possibly know which one contains it.
Okay.
When you're happy they're mixed, lay them out on the table. But if you turn them over, you're going to see that each envelope is actually numbered. And they should all feel identical because they've all got something in them. But I'm not going to touch anything.
So you want me to lay them face up?
Yeah, in any order you want, any sequence.
We'll go to like this.
Like that?
Yep.
Happy? Okay, so this is how the game's going to work. I'm going to choose 2 envelopes. Out of those envelopes, you're going to choose one. If you find the one with the £10 note, you get to keep it. Then you're going to choose 2 envelopes. I'm going to choose one, and we'll keep it. Okay.
Yep.
So we'll go for the 2 closest to you. 2 and 4. Which would you like?
I'll go 2.
2. Open it up. If the money's in there, you get to keep it.
If it's in here, that's mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you got?
Oh, I've just got paper.
Oh, throw it on the floor. Okay, you choose 2, and I'll pick one.
Let's go 5 and 3.
I'm going to go 5.
Okay.
Let's have a look. Paper. All right. 3 and 4.
Let's go 3.
Take it. Have a look.
Oh, it's just paper again.
Oh, so I'm left with 4 and 1.
Yeah.
You choose. Which one? 4 or 1?
What for you?
Yeah.
Let's go number 1.
Number 1 for me. You pick up number 4. Now remember, you even chose my one.
Yeah.
Open yours. What you got?
I've just got paper again.
You got paper, and inside mine. Remember, you chose this for me. You could have even gone the other way. I've got the crisp tenner.
Oh, that ain't fair.
Well, there you go. That will remain with your uncle. So that was Hands Off Bank Night. Who's it good for? I would say anyone. For me, it feels pretty much like a parlour stroke stage style of routine. You could shrink the routine down, use exactly the same method for a close-up around a table if you wanted to. But for me, I think it's perfectly set for parlour or stage. It's something you can make up yourself in 10 minutes. The method's super simple. There's no real memory work. There's no sleight of hand. It's just a great routine. An absolute beginner could do it with just a few minutes of practice. It's one of those tricks where we always say, you know, you can concentrate on the presentation because there's really nothing to think about in that routine. Very, very clever combination of classic methods. And it plays really, really well, and it's really deceptive. So that's the Hands Off Bank Night by the amazing Paul Stockman. So my second choice from the Mentalism section of Unlimited is, I would call it a bit of business rather than a full-blown routine. Now, those of you that know Andy Nyman and have ever seen Andy Nyman perform, and I'm going to say been lucky enough to see Andy Nyman perform, because he doesn't really perform magic that much anymore. He's busy with his acting career. I was lucky enough to see Andy perform a few times back in the old international convention days where he lectured, he did performances. I got to see him perform and I fell in love with his style. And Andy was probably the first proper mentalist I met in my return to magic. So when I returned to magic in my early 20s, I met Andy Nyman in Davenport's magic, and I became a big fan of his from day one. I'm proud to say we're now close friends, and there's a lot I love about Andy Nyman and his mentalism. His scripting is superb. You never feel you're watching a routine. You feel like you're in conversation with Andy, and before you know it, he's hit you with this incredible piece of mentalism. Andy, as you may know, was one of the writers for Derren Brown, in fact the main writer, and you can really tell that in the way Derren's changed throughout the years. But this effect I'm going to talk to you about now is an effect called chair swindle. A very simple little psychological ploy. All we have to do is place 2 envelopes down on 2 chairs. Emilio, you're going to help me with this.
Okay.
You're going to come and choose a chair to sit in. Okay?
Okay.
The choice is yours. But this one's actually going to be a bit closer if you want to sit in this one. But don't let me influence you. The choice is yours. Come and sit in a seat. Any seat you like.
Okay. Actually, I'll go this one.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Now, do you feel I pushed you over to that? Do you want to sit in this one or are you happy there?
No, I'm happy here.
Okay, no, take yourself a seat. Because
Thank you.
inside this envelope there is a little prediction.
Okay.
Can you read out aloud what it says?
Yep. You will select this chair.
There you go. How cool's that? I know what you're thinking though. You're thinking maybe they both stay the same. But this one actually says...
you will select the other chair.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, as I said at the beginning, it's more of a bit of business. So it's sort of a throwaway effect. It's just a beautiful bit of business. And I'm a big lover of things like this, which are bits of magic or mentalism that happen in between tricks. I call them incidental effects. And I've helped quite a few people when they want to apply for the magic circle. I've helped them structure and tighten their routines. And one of the things I always talk about is incidental magic. Can we put anything in? If you've got to, you know, open a box of cards or take a deck out your pocket, are you just going to take it out your pocket or can we make it appear? Can we add in a bit of magic that doesn't need to be there, but it's just a little bit extra? It's an effect, but it's sort of an incidental effect. It's not the major thing that's happening. It's not the reason you've got that guy on stage, but it's a bit of mentalism, a bit of magic that's happening before you even get into the effect. To me, that's always a surefire winner. And that routine there has always been in my case. And whenever I'm doing anything that requires someone to come up and sit down, that will be in it. Why not? Why not? So if you want to learn how that's done properly, once again, it's on Unlimited. Who's it good for? Anyone. A pro will use it. It will go into your act straight away. An amateur could use it in any situation. There's no sleight of hand. There's nothing to worry about. As with a lot of Andy Nyman stuff, super simple in method, super creative in scripting and timing and the beats, and super powerful in effect. So if you're a member of Unlimited, go check it out. It's called Chair Swindle, and you can thank me later. My last choice is another Andy Nyman effect. And it is mentalism, but it's a little bit different because it is a card trick. Now, I've always said, I've said it earlier on when I was talking about Andy Nyman, his scripting, his presentation, and everything is what sets Andy above and beyond a lot of other mentalists out there. And this effect, when I first saw him perform this effect, I thought it was absolutely incredible. Every little bit of it. The effect is strong, but the whole setup to it is just so entertaining. And it's called Charades. And it's such a beautiful card effect that's got entertainment in it from the beginning right through to the end. In fact, Jamie did say he wasn't going to play the video, but I'm going to ask him again now in front of you guys. Jamie, can we please play the video?
Yes.
Right, this is Charades.
Let's have gentleman at the back in the green, in the striped top. What's your name, sir?
Pete.
Pete! Come on down, Pete. Give Pete a round of applause. I shall move that out of the way as you come down. Keep the applause going. I know you, I can't pretend. Go and sit yourself down. Oh. Very nice to see you, Pete. So, we're going to do something. Before I do that, do me a favour, just have a spread through those, check they're all okay, all different. We're going to do something, and it is key within this that you take your time. Okay? If you don't take your time, this will not work.
Okay.
All right? I want you to relax. Really feel that almost a bit of a party, and you can just relax and have fun. Okay? To make that a little easier, music.
Good choice.
Thank you. Take your time, Pete. So I'm going to go first. You're not going to know what's going to happen, but that's okay. Just got to go with the flow. All right? Very important. Seriously, Pete, if you don't relax, if you don't get into the spirit, there's nothing's going to happen. You can't. You get into it. Got to keep it neat. All right, Steve. Excellent. I think we're all right. Here's what I want you to do. Pick them up. Give them a shuffle for me. All right. You're going to deal a card down onto the table one at a time. Each time you do that, I'm going to put my hand above the card. If I want to stop, I'll say stop if I get the vibe. All right? If I want to go on, I'll say another. All right? Okay, not yet. Ready? Okay. Another. Another. A little faster, Pete. Another. 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 Keep them coming. Another. And again. that one there under my hand. Pete, do me a favour. I want you to just slide it out over to the end there. All right? Put the rest of the cards down. Perfect. Pete, you're going to do the same thing. All right? I'm going to pick these up. I'm going to deal them down onto the table one at a time. If you want another, say another. Don't care if you go through the whole thing 3 times. When you want to stop, say stop. Ready? Tell me when. Put your hand over it. You sure? Okay. Here's the card I stopped you at. Here's the card you stopped me at. Thank you. All right. Thanks a lot. Try one more thing. All right. Do you mind while you're up here? All right. Here's what I think these were. Put your half of your card back into it, but they were mine. Give those a little shuffle. Yours shuffle. All right. Here's what I want you to do. Look through those cards. Choose one. Not yet. Need to change the music. All right. Look through the cards. Don't choose the same card again, but choose a different card. Take it out of the pack. Show everybody. Have a look yourself. Put the rest of the cards down on the table. You done?
Yeah.
Place your card face down in your hand. And then place it below my hand. Tell me when you're done. Okay. Is this my half? Put it back. Give him a little shuffle. Okay. Here's what I'm going to try and do. Deal through the cards, stop at yours.
Picture you getting down in a prison tube, like you lit the fuse. You think it's fictional, mystical, maybe spiritual hero who appears in you to clear your view when you're too crazy. Lifeless to know the definition for what life is. Priceless to you because I put you on the hype shit. You like it? Gun smoke, you righteous with one talk. You psychic among no possess you with one yo. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag on Jesus. Not for long, the future is coming.
What was your card?
And a space.
Oh! Round of applause for Pete. We've been together 4 years. Yes!
You had to see it to totally understand what I mean about presentation. I think presentation-wise, this is absolute perfection. It's got everything in it. And you can see the way that Andy, he knows he's got to deal a deck of cards. That could be quite boring, but he added the music, made it entertaining. And the first time I saw Andy do this was taken from the Get Nyman DVD, but I first saw Andy do this once again. It was at an international convention, and he did it there, and it was phenomenal. I mean, the whole room was just laughing. It was entertaining, but once again, the mentalism is direct and powerful. And that, believe it or not, once again, it's Andy Nyman. It's simple to do. Andy, if you understand the way Andy does magic, you understand that he doesn't choose to do difficult effects. They're very streamlined, they're very direct. There's no point where the spectator's got to wonder what's going on. It's very clear what's happening. And Andy will admit it as much to you as he does to me. He's a belt and braces guy. He wants to know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. He needs to be in full control of everything, the spectators, the effect. He doesn't leave room for error at all. And that's what's so beautiful about this effect. I absolutely love it. I loved it the first time I saw it. I still love it today. I think it's so entertaining. Who's it good for? Absolutely anyone. If you're doing parlour, whether you're a beginner or a pro, you can do it. There's no sleight of hand. Where would you do it? Like I said, parlour. You could do it stage, you could do it close up. There's no reason why you couldn't do it close up at a table. I think it's best suited for parlour. I think it's best suited for getting someone up. And if you're going to get them up, do the chair swindle. That's two solid effects you're going to do in 5 minutes. 2 solid pieces of mentalism. So that is Charades by Andy Nyman. So that was it. That is the end of this very special edition of the Alakazam review show. Now, if you're not a member of Unlimited at the moment, please, please, please take out a 7-day free trial. Give it a go. If you don't like it, you don't feel it's for you, cancel it within those 7 days and you will not be charged a penny. But I honestly, truly believe it will change your life magically. There is so much in Unlimited, you will not believe it when you take a look. So please give it a go, because whether you're a beginner or whether you're a pro, you've got it all there. If you're a pro magician, you've been booked to do a venue that you already did a couple of weeks ago and you need an entire new act, you're going to get that for $4.99. If you're an absolute beginner, you want to brush up on your card stuff, your card sleights, go to the Sleight School where Andy teaches you false shuffles, false cuts, how to false a card. It's all in there, all included under your $4.99 a month. I mean, if it was any cheaper, I'd be paying you to learn that magic. It's honestly that good. Just give it a go. Really give it a go. Take your 7-day free trial. If it's not for you, cancel it. But I'll be surprised if you don't go in there and just go, wow, it's incredible. So give it a go. Now, before I wrap up today, there is a bit of information to give you. We have just put 2 brand new academies on our website that are coming up. We've got the amazing Jackie Yu, the magician with the oh my type fame. Now, he is coming to the academy. He's going to be right here doing his lecture. That's going to be beamed into your front room. Full information is on our website. And also, we missed it last year, our annual tradition of tackling terrifying taboos is back this year. It's the 8th one, and it's going to be phenomenal. I've been speaking to Jamie about different effects he's been coming up with throughout the year for this evening, and it's going to be great. Both of those are now available on our site. They're both at the early bird price as well. So if you book your ticket now, you save £5. So go check them out. And just before we go, I want to say a big thank you to everyone that has taken advantage of our Print by Magic service. It is actually non-stop. It is literally non-stop. And I can only thank you for that. We have really hit the ground running. Now remember, if you want your own branded deck to perform with, you need some gaff cards, you're doing a corporate and you want a company branded deck, get in touch. We can do it for you. We've got some really exciting things happening with our Print by Magic. 2 of the things we released this week and last week was our Print by Magic Halloween themed deck and our Major Arcana poker size deck. So go check them out on the website. And I think that's it. I think that's it for this very special review show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it entertained you. And let us know what if you are a member of Unlimited, let us know what your favourite pieces are on Unlimited, whether they're effects, whether they're sections, are you into mentalism, close-up, children's? What is it that you get out of Alakazam Unlimited and why do you love it? So let us know in the comments and we will see you next week right here on the Alakazam Review Show. See you then.